Hi everyone, welcome to MGS Coaching Football and thank you for watching my channel. As always, I really appreciate it. Today in this presentation, I'm going to talk to you about in our triple option gun triple package, one of the ways that we use misdirection to try and take advantage of an aggressive pursuing defense and or one that we've been able to manipulate either with formation or motion, okay, which helps us open up the possibility for what we call 12 Veer Z reverse. Okay, so we're running our inside veer to the right, and that right wide receiver is going to be running a reverse. Okay, and unquestionably, this is misdirection. I'm going to show it to you versus what we call 4-3 over front. Non-subscribers, you want the specifics as to why we call it 4-3 over, you're going to have to push that button. Okay? So what I'll first do is I'll go over the key terms here, of which there aren't many, right? I mean, inside veer is a huge part of my YouTube channel, so I'm not going to get into all of those intricacies. Again, non-subscribers, push that button, okay? But what I want to do is just show you how simple it is to set up the reverse, but then also without making it overly complicated. In fact, simplifying it, how easy we can execute the reverse. Okay. Now, it's not something that you're going to use a lot. It's something I believe you should have in your offense. And I think that as you watch film of your upcoming opponents, is it a defense that's even susceptible to a reverse? If it isn't, practice it a couple of times just to keep it fresh, but don't necessarily incorporate it as your misdirection for that game. But if it is a defense that really pursues and or can really be manipulated in the secondary, this should be as part of your game plan. Okay? So the first key term is number one, manipulate the defense. And the way we do it is we set it up, meaning the play itself, reverse, using formations as well as motion tendencies, right? As you self scout, you see what your opponent sees. Okay, so you use that same tendency to your own advantage. Okay, number two, very important component of this is the field area. This is something that we will do from our own 40 all the way down to our opponent's goal line. I'm not big into doing it backed up in our own end or even inside our own 40 for that matter. Okay, just, there's always a chance anytime the ball is pitched, thrown, right? Things can happen. So I'd rather those things happen if it's on their side of the 50 whenever possible. Okay, but that's something that we factor in. Where to do it on the field. Number three, the quote unquote new techniques for our offensive line is what we call for the play side tackle, play side guard, and the center, what we call scoop and peel. Scoop and peel, scoop and peel, because when the play starts, those three would appear to be on the backside, right? So they're scooping. But then the reality is they're actually play side. So what is involved with scoop and peel? Okay. And then number four, normally the backside receiver who's executing a flash then across field is actually now the play side wide receiver. That's RX. There is no flash, and it's what we call a read crack. So that's he's going to have to read the defense's reaction to our motion to determine who he's going to block. Okay? So now over here, this is our 2x2 that we call Detroit. We can run it in out of the gun, but I have it under center for today. It's in the middle of the field. Okay? And so the Z would be on our right, and that's why it's a Z reverse, because we're running 12, which is to our right. Okay? And that's why Z is colored in red. So let's just go through the basics here. So first thing I'm going to do is talk about how we would use our formation motion tendencies to manipulate the defense. Okay? So the tail motion is going to start a little bit earlier. Let's make sure the secondary sees it and has time to react to it. Okay? So again, through film study, what we know that to happen is on that tail, this is what we tend to get. Now, if that's 2 steps, if it's 10 steps, if it's full speed, he's taking himself out of position, and it's very difficult to now plant, redirect, get your hips all turned around, and now recuperate the lost ground since you retreated, right? So to us, it doesn't have to be it's full speed. It doesn't have to be he's got to be in the middle of the field. I mean, if it's like I said, 2 steps, 20 steps, full speed, etc., they've been manipulated. Okay? And if that happens, that's usually what we see. Okay? Now, the other aspect of this, okay? Normally tail motions to the tail of the B-back, right? Now he is going to go 2 yards deeper. So we deepen the aiming point for the tail motion. Now, if you're on defense, you're not necessarily going to be able to see that. Okay? So let me go through, for now, the quarterback, the B-back, the H, and what ends up being the backside guard and tackle. Okay? So quarterback's going to open up like he always would for 12 Veer, inside Veer, steps, everything the same. B-back's taking the same track. Okay? It's a flash fake. So we just put it in there. The defense thinks here comes the Veer. Right? Remember how it starts. How do you manipulate the defense? The H is going to block number 3. Going to arc block. In this case, the what ends up being the backside guard and backside tackle are going to base block the guy on him, the 3 and the 5 technique. So we're blocking 1 and 3. We're not blocking 2. Okay? So now the quarterback, after that flash fake, he obviously keeps it. He keeps his eyes on number 2 in case there's a blitz. Okay, in case there's a blitz. Before I get to the center, play side guard, play side tackle, right? So PSG, PST. Let me talk about the wide receiver. On the snap, the wide receiver opens as if he's doing a flash, and now he heads to the tail of the B-back. So this pitch happens in front of the tailback. That way the tailback does not cross in front and potentially knock down the pitch. You follow me? That's why we deepen, in this case, the T. Okay, the tailback. And so now at this point, as he's keeping an eye on number 2, in case it's a blitz, he just executes a very soft, easy pitch. I don't necessarily care if it's end over end, but it is a heart-to-heart, soft pitch. Okay? And then he continues. So what happens, you ask, if there is a blitz to the mesh? Right? If there is a blitz, he follows his mantra. If they're pressuring the mesh, which is you now, the quarterback on the pitch, sit and pitch. Stop, sit and pitch. You still have this option here. Pun intended. So if they're pressuring the mesh, the wide receiver, okay, who will tighten his split nominally, not a lot, otherwise you're going to give it away. Okay, on that pressure, the pitch will get to the slot back before it ever gets to the wide receiver. You've got to give this time to flow, otherwise the defense will be able to see and react to reverse. Okay? So the next thing I want to get to is our center, play side guard, play side tackle. Okay, the scoop and peel. All right, scoop B, scoop the nose, right? Scoop. Okay, and then the last one I'll get to is the very important read crack. So on this one, the center first, he's going to step, he's going to punch with his near hand on that nose, and he's going to climb up to the mic. Okay? Unless the mic runs at him, he's not going to block the mic. If the mic comes at him, fills the A gap, he'll just block the mic. There it is, boom, gun. So there's no need for appeal. You get that type of flow from the mic linebacker. Now the peel is up, and now he's looking second level to third level for people who may have recognized the reverse and are now trying to run back this way. You follow what I'm saying? So he is looking his A gap to B gap, second to third level, right, as they climb up. Guard's going to step, punch. He's going to hard punch as if he's trying to get his head across. He's going to drive 1,001, 1,002. So this guy can't necessarily run up the field. He should be trying to flow this way. If he's really bending hard, he'll just push him on the bend, and now he'll peel up. Same thing, looking A, B, right? Just looking gap to gap for the nearest, most dangerous defender, right? MDM. Here, as he steps to the B, we should be getting a little friction and bend there. Okay, should be. If he races up the field, he's going to potentially stop the play. But we're hopeful that a wide receiver, full speed and space, can make a move to make a defensive end 5 technique miss him, right? This isn't Division I college football. So now what he's doing as he's scooping the B, he's reading here. Here's his most dangerous. So if he's not racing, he's going to be slow to get to next level. But our play side tackle is reading the will. If he does race, then he'll climb up and peel back on the will. So the play side tackle in the 4-3 over is looking to peel on the will. Okay? And then last and certainly not least, the X. He sees that rotation. That's the read crack. The read crack is both pre or post snap. So if they manipulate the secondary, it's a pre-snap read and the ball snapped, he's going to stalk it outside leverage for the reverse. Okay? And that's most likely what's going to happen because that's why we're running the play. Okay? We know they're going to do this, which is why it's in our game plan. And then the wide receiver catches the pitch and runs to daylight. Okay? So everything that you love about the triple option, inside veer wise, inside veer, inside veer, inside veer, using motion and formations to manipulate that defense. Self-scout, examine your tendencies, see what the defense sees, and then use that against them to beat them for a big play on a reverse. And then once that's on film, everybody for the remainder of the season is preparing for that, and it slows down the pursuit. If and when you see that it doesn't slow down the pursuit, run it. Okay? So as I said at the beginning, thank you for watching my channel. I do really appreciate the subscribers and non-subscribers alike. Please, please, please reach out to me at CoachMJSullivan@gmail.com because I would love to talk football with you.